Along with the story of the wasteful son or the forgiving father, however you look at it, another very well-known story told by Jesus is known as the Good Samaritan. But before we can possibly understand the humor in this one, we have to clarify just how strongly Jesus' audiences would have reacted to the word Samaritan. It would be like if he were telling it today to a bunch of Crips and he titled it The Good Blood. Or if he was talking to the Hatfields and he called the story The Good McCoy. Or if he were speaking at a Republican convention and he said, "This is the story of the Good Democrat." The title alone would have sent his audience into fits of laughter and eyes rolling so far up into their heads they couldn't get them back down. But maybe the ridiculousness of such a label on a sworn enemy will draw the listener with a, "Oh, this ought to be good." So Jesus starts the story with a laugh line. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell into the hands of robbers. Well, of course he did, laughs anyone who knows how dangerous that road is. It would be like starting a story today with a line like, "A man was walking through Central Park at 2 a.m. and he got robbed." To which we all laugh because we know better. Because of course it's going to happen. Because we shake our collective head and ask, what was he thinking? Was he thinking? He's like Sandy Dennis in The Out-of-Towners. "Oh my God, I'm being robbed." But okay, there he is, lying half dead on the roadside. And to this scene, Jesus brings a parade of characters. First a priest, and then a Levite. These guys are the religious elite. One, the embodiment of holiness, the other, the embodiment of the law. The two pillars of the religion followed by just about everyone in Jesus' audience. And the joke is on the half-dead man and those listeners. All your piousness and practice are not going to save you from the beating that life doles out, Jesus tells via this tale. The holiness code and the complex law ignore what you really need. I'm guessing there was little laughter from the audience as they heard of these two men passing by the one in need, or was there some uncomfortable titters from those who could relate? However, the guffaws must have returned when Jesus said, "But a Samaritan, while traveling, came near him." Someone in the Samaritan-loathing crowd must have shouted out, or at least said under their breath, "What's he gonna do? Kick the poor guy? Spit on him?" Inspired, someone else would have yelled, "He'd steal from him if he had anything left." Perhaps the words, "he was moved with pity," silenced the crowd. Well, most of the crowd. Those not still rolling their eyes and saying in disbelief, "Yeah, right." Jesus pushed the absurdity of the encounter with surprising compassion turning into amazing action. The hated alien doesn't just help the man in the wake of his own countrymen's indifference. He goes out of his way and even gives the innkeeper money to take care of this poor guy. Jesus uses that wonderful comedic technique of heaping on the unbelievable, driving his audience into hysterics as they shout, "No, no, too much. Oh, come on. A step too far, Jesus." Silence again grips the crowd when Jesus turns to the young man whose heckling inspired the story. "So," Jesus throws it back at him, "which of the three were a neighbor to the man who was robbed?" Ah, the joy when a heckler is shut down. Well, the guy who showed him mercy, humbly says the heckler. Go and do likewise, responds Jesus, and if you listen carefully, you hear the rim shot heard in the background. But the most joyous laugh is for the one in the audience who sees that Jesus is the Good Samaritan, and we're the ones lying on the side of the road. Ba-dum-bum. Shh.